find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as we get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
On the ground, here's the rookie from Notre Dame. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down behind
a tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting that field to make plays in the backfield.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
On the 6. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
Taken down.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. The Vikings at 2-3 here to begin the new season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
That good for 22 and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Makes the score.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
32-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. It's Young off play action. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for Carolina. 51 yards.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking the secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
No gain on the play.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
At the Vikings 17-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
Young working out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Ready?
Now Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Panthers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up first and goal.
Etienne is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Touchdown, Carolina.
This has a feeling of a back-and-forth game, and we've seen that in evidence already with each of these teams' opening drives. This is what you call a quick answer, as they go down the field in no time flat and finish with a touchdown run.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Running game working. We'll stick with it on first down. And not able to break away this time, as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 7-7, our score after 1.
Ready, set.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
39-yard line.
18, Pioneer. Here we go, set. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ready.
38-yard line, second and 9.
Set. Bronco 80.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense.
And overcooked out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. Well, they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Let's go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's deep. This is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open and lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
No gain on the play. Second and
back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Ready.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Panthers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast. The linebackers not.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Second down.
It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap, and again the ETN. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
33, yellow.
Looking to throw, Young. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Devin Clark. Incomplete.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
That's good.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Young. That ball caught by Campbell. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So
Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Always costly. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Ready. Drills, blast, 95. Set, go.
Here's Young. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
50, great.
Throwing, Young. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
On the set.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Down. Eagles blue. Blue 32. Ready.
Here's Young from the shotgun. To the right side, hauled in by McMillan. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 19 yards.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Panther first down.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
13, Vikings 7. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Young to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Come on, set. 33, yellow. Set,
From the shotgun, it's Young. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's go now. Cut, cut.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Etienne once more. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Set, ready. Red, 38. Drill, 52.
Young to throw it. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
50, green. Black ultra. Green jack. Set, go.
Out of the gun, it's Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Third down, Young from the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
45-yard line.
What I continually hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how a running back likes to cut, what he wants to do. And boy, it all came together on that one.
That's one where they watch it and say, hey, we did everything we were supposed to do right there.
That looked like the play we drew up and designed, and then we got to see it unfold in real time.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 23. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game
Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. 76 yards. And the Panthers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Well, Bryce and that Panthers offense, they're going to stay out there and go for two. And Young's going to throw for this. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Yeah, that's true. You've said that before.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Panthers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Let's go. Yellow, 43. Yellow. Cut.
Following the interception, Young. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Black on blue, 32. Green jack. Get him. What you got? Ready.
Young now. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down, Panthers.
Straight ahead, ETN. An excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
A gain of 12. First down, Carolina.
On first down, right back to ETN. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the Vikings' 21-yard line.
52 black. Here we go. 10 black. Black shot. Ready?
To throw, Young. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. From 21 yards away. And the Panthers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Vikings 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
They're on 31-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They're probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Right side, it's the tight end, Hawkinson.
13 yards on the play. And the Vikings first down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find a way taking what they can all the way to the end zone. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line.
60, 19,
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they aren't able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Vikings
on the go.
First down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Back to throw again. Now he'll tuck this and run. There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further.
29, Vikings 15. Will Reichard to kick off.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Some of the big boppers in the game traditionally have been safeties, and he certainly fits that mold. He lets his pads do his talking.
Let's go now.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Ready?
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Blaster, down. Yellow, 20, white. Set,
now Young. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 3 yards that time.
It's a gain of 33.
And a spot where most offenses would just be trying to get to the finish line and close this game out. They're still looking for points here in the final minute of this game. I think bonuses could be gained and attained with maybe more points.
Yeah, pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up.
No gain on the play.
Second and 10.
Second and 10.
Let's go.
At the 35-yard line.
Blue. Ready.
Young here to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
I see the surprising first there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Ball red. 52. Ready.
Young. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. One final shot. They'll look to throw. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4.
Vikings 23.
Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So for Carolina, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4.